Global estimates indicate that 160 million children were found to be involved in some form of child labor at the beginning of 2020. This accounts for almost 1 in 10 of all children worldwide. It was later discovered that of these 160 million children, 79 million are actually involved in hazardous work that directly endangers their health, safety, and moral development. The Uganda National Labour Force Survey, which was launched in November 2022 by the Uganda Bureau of Statistics, revealed a sharp rise in the rate of child labour, with numbers to have increased previously from 2 million children in 2018 to 6.2 million children, which is about 40% of all children in Uganda aged 5 to 17.
Child labor is work that is hazardous or exploitative and threatens the health, safety, physical growth, and mental development of a child. It is an obstacle to socio-economic development of our country. We have a very recent UBOS, National Labour Force Survey of 2021, which revealed the figure that everybody has been talking about of 6.2 million children, which is 40% of the 15.7 million children who are aged 5 to 17 years involved in child labor, excluding those doing household work. The rates were higher in the rural areas, 42%, compared to urban areas where the percentage is 32, and majorly in the agricultural sector, where 90% of them are found. The COVID-19 pandemic and its immense impact on health, temporary school closures, rise in adult unemployment, and loss of lives has exacerbated child labor numbers in Uganda.
Uganda has undertaken significant strides in combating child labor and has demonstrated a steadfast commitment to its eradication. Noteworthy among these efforts are the implementation of various policies aimed at addressing child labor issues, including the National Action Plan. As a pathfinding country and a member of the Alliance 8.7, Uganda has actively participated in global initiatives to combat child labor and has diligently fulfilled its reporting obligations to Alliance 8.7.
And talking about what ILO has done, I want to take you down the memory lane. When we look back, efforts for member states, Uganda being a member of the ILO, I said since June 1963, there's been a very good relationship, collaboration with the ILO. And when I say ILO here, I'm talking about the governments, the employers and workers that constitute the organization. And in 1999, the government of Uganda joined what we call the International Program on the Elimination of Child Labor way back in 1999. And since then, a series of technical cooperation or development cooperation programs have been fielded in this country non-stop since 1999 to date. I happen to have a bit of institutional memory. We had a project that supported the first generation of the NAP. And for the sake of members really narrowing down the scope to child labor, it's basically providing technical support to the governments to ensure that legislation, the laws and the policies of the country adhere to standards, certain sets of international standards. We call them conventions. These are international instruments that cut on specific aspects, like the one on child labor. After the government signed and ratified the Convention on 138 and the 182 on worst forms of child labor, without unpacking it, these are international instruments that are domesticated. So the government is supported. So ILO's support comes down to domesticate. And once that is done, we support to see that it is implemented. We have now a new generation of the NAP that was launched, that was referred to. I must tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that we have sung this song of elimination of child labor for quite a while. And we saw the Durban call for action. Again, ILO was the secretariat at that conference.
The Durban call was adopted by quite a number of delegates. Over 1,000 delegates were physically in Durban, and an estimated 7,000 online. So this was a special event because it was for the first time that was held in Africa on our soil. So the purpose of this conference and the outcome document was to achieve that shared goal, where we had different governments, workers, employers, organizations, UN agencies, civil society organizations agreed to focus on specific issues in order to tackle this problem. One of it was child labor in agriculture. There are also other children in mining as well, but the biggest number global and also in Uganda, you find them in the agricultural sector. Then another issue was children's rights to education, and then there was also the issue of universal access to social protection. So those are the three key issues that the conference focused on: agriculture, the right to education, and social protection, to ensure that children and their families are supported to address the problem of child labor.
As Work No Child Business Program, we've done a lot, and we have withdrawn over 9,000 children, supported them to enroll in school, in vocational training, skills development, and others. This problem of child labor is not only in Cambodia, it's at national level. We would like to appreciate the Ministry of Education, the local government. We are working very well, but now the UNC put up 3 classrooms, so we would like the support of the leaders, such that we can have the classrooms up to primary 7, and then also to support us and work together toward the schools to become government aided. And this one, we want to appreciate the local government for the support so far, but we still want to do a little more.
Our contribution has largely been to withdraw and reintegrate children back into school, and this has been done across different supply chains, including the coffee and tea sector, but also the mining sector and other forms of hidden child labor. Until to date, we have withdrawn 6,717 children in the different sectors, both boys and girls. We have also been able to prevent 7,533 boys and girls who are now all in school. Among our efforts is also mobilizing communities to be able to appreciate that every child deserves an opportunity to go to school. And we have largely done this through engaging every key actor within the community, but also every key actor at the different government levels, from the sub-county village, from the village level to the sub-county, and then up to the national level. Our efforts have also largely been to address the social economic structural difficulties which impede or which lead to child labor, because again, the issues of poverty are seen as a very as the number one push factor to child labor. And so our interventions have largely been on social finance and inclusion, livelihood enhancement, social protection, to largely ensure that households can better access economic opportunities, and this we have done through VSLS, for example, but also linkages to different financial institutions. Our interventions have also largely been on the promotion of decent work and employment, and this we have done through facilitating skill development, through an innovative community-based approach to ensure that at the end of the day, these communities are able to access different livelihood opportunities.